So I wanted to talk about just something that I realized, not realized, I guess just remembered while doing this piece here, where career coach Mandy, great YouTuber, and she's on TikTok too, and LinkedIn. I don't know if she's on Instagram, but she's a great person to listen to, especially for creatives and finding direction and stuff like that. So she was talking in one of her videos lately about how when you speak another language, for those that speak another language, right, and you watch something and the subtitles are like in English or something, and you speak the language that's being spoken and the language that is in the subtitles, but you'll find that a lot of times it's not 100% of a translation. It's like the literal translation, but there's a message under it. And so she was talking about that and how translation is never 100%, you know? And that is the answer to why what you think in your head versus the artwork that you make in the real physical world, most of the time is not going to be the same. It's going to be worse, because when translating, you can never get 100% of the message of the original. You can never get 100% of the original message, because a word has some kind of untranslatable, thing, message, feeling, idea that it portrays that you can never really say 100% in English. And that's why certain jokes just land better in different languages, because of the school of thought and beliefs and emotions that the people who speak that language usually have. Certain things will be funnier than others in that language, because that language was formed with people that struggle. So certain struggle, what I'm trying to say is, let's think about this. Certain jokes, certain ways of saying things will reflect the history of those people. And if the history is opulence, certain jokes about opulence is going to be so funny. If the history is about the history of those people is steeped in struggle and oppression and danger and misplacement, certain jokes and ways of doing things that reflect in the language, it's gonna hit more, And so don't be discouraged that what the art that you think about is not the art that actually comes out, because translation is never gonna be 100%. That's just how it goes. That is literally just how it goes. And all you can do is keep trying and trying until that translation gets a little bit more accurate, because it's not going to be 100% all the time, because that's your mind. That's spiritual, what you're thinking of, because it's not physical. So it's got to be spiritual. Yeah. So keep trying until the translation gets more and more accurate. Yeah. And that's the same actually with a lot of things. Our idea of ourself, our idea of our career or dream self, and what we should be doing at whatever age we're at right now. You've thought of that. And translating that, it's not going to be 100%. You're not going to be 100% of what you thought you would be at this age, because translating spiritual to physical is never 100%. because we are physical beings, and the ideas and the muse and the artistic source language that we as artists and creatives and people in general feel and download into ourselves is spiritual. Spiritual into physical is never going to be 100% unless you're so attached, you're so trained in the physical, in the spiritual, that that message gets closer to about 99.998%, you know. And sometimes it could be 100%, but those times are very, very rare. So the best we could do is the best we could do here in our physical bodies. And that just, I think that speaks to a lot of things. As a Christian, as a spiritual Christian myself, when you pray and you see visions, unless you are spending hours upon hours and a lot of time and consistency in the spirit, if you see a vision, it's not going to be 100% what you see. What's been shown to you, you won't be able to see it 100% unless you spend time in the word, unless you pray more, unless you worship more, unless you spend more time with God. That is not going to be 100%. Translation from the spiritual into the physical will not be 100% until you train yourself in the spiritual, until you spend time and consistency in the spiritual. And that's just how it's going to be. But yeah, that was my quick thought. That was my quick thought this evening. Even this picture that I'm doing right now, it's not a spiritual message that I'm trying to translate. It's literally a picture. I'm gonna see if I can like try to put it in the corner somewhere. It's literally a picture that I got off of the app Cosmo. But what I'm doing versus what the picture has, it's not gonna be 100%, because I am not that same person that created that picture. They have different experiences that shape the way that they see and do things, that shape how hard they press on the paper, that shape what they take pictures of, that shape how their experiences and DNA, different DNA than mine, that shape how their fingers are, how long they are, how they curve, and when they come down to draw something, the angle with which they even hold the utensil. Is that what it's called, a utensil? No, that's for forks and knives, isn't it? Anyways, the way they hold the pencil, how long they color something for, and how they sit, which then affects how hard the pencil's going against the paper, or to which width they can shade, you know? So it's not going to be 100% because everybody's different. Even twins are different. You know, you can be 100% the same DNA wise, but you're going to still be different. That's just how people are. We are all different. And even if it's a physical message that you're trying to translate, it's going to be different. It's going to be different. That's just how we were made. You know, God made us all different, even though we're so much alike. Like twins. We're all twins. Not really. Yeah. You know, all I can do is try to translate my best. My best is my best. Best I could do is the best I can do. But yeah, that's the vibe. Y'all have a good one, okay?